Former CIA analyst just delivered terrifying alert about huge attack coming at Trump. You won't believe who's behind it. Ever since Donald Trump was elected as president, the left has been working overtime to discredit him. They are still fuming that Hillary Clinton, who is a part of the establishment, lost to an outsider. What is even more aggravating to the left is that no matter how hard they push Trump, he refuses to back down. Trump is not falling for their bullying tactics, but there are reports that it is about to get much worse. A couple of months ago, we were at Freedom Daily reported that there were numerous leaks in the White House. Retired Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer also confirmed that there were numerous tripwires throughout the White House that could blow at any given moment. Shaffer also went on to say in the reports that these were placed there by the former administration in an effort to take Trump down. This is exactly why conservatives have been saying that President Trump needs to fire everyone around him. These people are clearly against him, and until they are gone, this will continue to happen. As Freedom Daily reported previously, retired Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer confirmed the presence of these tripwires in an interview on Fox News this past Thursday. Shaffer alleged that senior advisor Ben Rhodes laid tripwires for things to go off like booby traps. Shaffer asserted that Flynn's demise was one of those tripwires that were planned by the Obama administration. Shaffer also added that Trump needs to clean house in the mid-level and political appointees. While CIA Director Mike Pompeo and other Trump appointees are sharing the information that they receive, there are those that are deciding what information they choose to share or hold back. That's why you need to look at a house cleaning, Shaffer said. Totally agree. This is pure Obama sabotage and it needs to be stopped and fast. These people all need to be fired from their positions and never step foot in the White House again. The left is absolutely determined to bring down Trump, and they don't care who is harmed in the process. That's for sure. As Shaffer said in his blistering commentary, some of those professionals were selected during the Obama years because of their political reliability, not because of their professional ethics. That is why it is imperative that Trump clean house from the top to the bottom, or these leaks and sabotage will continue. So fast forward to what has been happening this week in D.C. Ever since Trump fired Comey, the left has been slobbering all over this like a dog with a favorite bone. They claim that the reason that Trump fired Comey was because he was getting too close to the, quote, truth about Russia. The mainstream media has been pushing the narrative that Trump was attempting to obstruct the wheels of justice and deserved to be impeached. So it should not come as any surprise that they would continue to go after him even harder. And true to form, they did just that by releasing memos claiming that Trump urged Comey to stop investigating his former security advisor, Michael Flynn. Here is more of the story from Freedom Daily. To catch you up on the entire story in the case you're not clear on the details, Comey told the New York Times that he kept notes about a meeting he had with President Trump when the investigation with Michael Flynn was going on, where the president allegedly asked him to drop the case because Flynn was a good guy. I hope you can see your way clear to letting this go, to letting Flynn go, Trump told Comey, according to Comey's record of the meeting, as reported by the Times. He is a good guy. I hope you can let this go. Well, of course, the left jumped all over this like a fat man at a buffet. They have begun to scream again that Trump will be impeached for obstructing justice yet again. Oh, but how wrong they were, and here is why. According to an earlier article that Freedom Daily published. But that's just half of the problem with liberals' case for impeachment against Trump. If the New York Times is basing their entire calls for Trump's impeachment on Comey's testimony, there's one massive issue in the way that Comey went about it. If Trump had in fact obstructed justice, why is Comey just now coming forward with this information? Keeping knowledge of a felony is a crime in of itself, called misprision of felony. I would say something like misrepresentation, that could land Comey in prison for up to 3 years. So last night, yet again, Lieutenant Colonel Tony Shaffer appeared on Lou Dobbs and said it was clear that the deep state had declared war on Donald Trump.
Thanks, Lou.
Let's start with this, what appears to be a memo to file by the FBI director.
Right.
That conveys a one-person view of what happened in a conversation with at least one other person, the president. What do you make of this?
Well, further than that, Lou, let me read to you the article from MSNBC saying, neither NBC News nor The Times has seen the actual memo. Think about that. They're reporting that someone whispered to them about a memo that may or may not exist in somebody's file at the FBI. This is truly deep state, and you have collusion. I mean, this passes for reporting? This is beyond insane. And Lou, what you said here, walking up to it, I think illustrates clearly what the issue is regarding the president. The president did actually ask Mr. Comey to do something. And that thing he asked him to do was do your job, investigate the leaks. And instead of doing that and being asked by Trey Gowdy the same thing, expressing no interest at all in actually doing his job to investigate leaks, which, by the way, did compromise techniques and procedures of how we do collection, it was an arrogance about him that said, basically, I can pick and choose what I want to do. So this is another example of that, where you have people, and by the way, Lou, just between you and me, if you had something to say about someone, I don't think you'd be trying to go through your staff to say it. I think if you felt a certain way, you would tell that person. Why do we believe that James Comey would want this leaked out? I think that this is something being done by those in the deep state to upset everything that's going on, and like you said, try to undermine the president in every breath.
You know, and there is within this, I've been very critical of the White House communications team, and I think fairly and appropriately. I have to say that the White House is sitting there. That communications team has barely raised its head, let alone its voice collectively, to defend the president, to defend, I mean, I don't understand what they're doing for this president right now. Do you?
No, I don't. And this is where I think the criticism is apt by the fact that, first off, yesterday, I don't know what they were doing regarding the messaging regarding H.R. McMaster and that whole thing. And let's be clear on this. The president, for better or for worse, is the ultimate classification or declassification authority. He can talk to anybody about anything, no matter what the level is. And beyond that, I understand that things were instantly twisted by the National Security Council staff and leaked, obviously, to the Post. And there was a very delayed, very muted response where they should have been right up there outlining the facts right up front about how this is completely false. So I think they, like you point out, the White House communication staff has to believe they are now in a state of war. This is war. It's called information operations, information warfare, and clearly the other side, the deep state and the Clinton folks, and I have to say some folks on the Republican side are all lining up. The battle lines are drawn. It's time for people to understand how to deal with this as like it's a war.
Yeah, and that's why I made reference to the war room.
Right.
And this president famously called Jeb Bush low energy, and with that branded a person who you know, so effectively. But the fact is, This is a low energy communications department, and it needs to be as well.
You heard that right, folks, and I fear it's only going to get much worse. Everyone from the media to those even in the Senate and the House is against Trump. They know that Trump means business, and he is flushing out these treasonous scum people one by one. We need to be out there supporting Trump and beating back these lies that the mainstream media and the left are telling. They are losing their power, patriots, and we need to keep pushing forward. Share this story if you want President Trump to continue dismantling the establishment and put Hillary Clinton in jail. I'm all for it. Let us know what you think in the comments below, and thank you so much for watching.